Hi, so this year for my holiday collection, I'm doing a thing called Creepmas. Creepmas is a celebration of Christmas with a spooky element to it. It's a combination of elements from both Halloween and Christmas. And here's some things from my Pinterest board that are inspiring what I'm drawing. I'm not copying these exact things, but this is the vibe. This is, what we're doing today. It is currently Wednesday, November 13th. It is a bit late at night, hence, the dark lighting and everything. Hope you guys can see and hear me just fine. I recently upgraded my phone from a Google Pixel 3a to a Google Pixel 7 Pro, and the difference in quality in terms of like the camera is literally night and day. Like, I'm so happy to have so much more space and everything. So this is my current beauty setup to help my makeup stand out more so that I can make more makeup tutorials for you guys. And with this new phone, I can batch record TikToks and YouTube videos on here, and I have way more space, I have way more room to edit, I have way more room to download all the apps that I need to download in order to, and I don't have to keep deleting all my apps and deleting all my pictures and deleting all of this and all of that every time I want to edit a video for you guys, and then it's still not going through. So I'm just so happy to have all of my new setup and everything. I have like a little background light. This light right here is green, but I can actually turn it into different colors. Like it turns red, it turns yellow, white, and I can change like the vibrance, and it comes on a little tripod so it adjusts in height. I am genuinely just so excited for all of the content that I can create with this new device and everything that I've recently invested into my content creation journey. So going forward, I would like to have one day a week that is a studio vlog, and another day a week that is a makeup vlog, not makeup vlog, but like makeup tutorials, makeup conversations, and answering all you guys makeup questions, because I just decided to do makeup looks like this on a whim, just because it's something that I'm inspired by, because it's something that I like, just because it's something I enjoy, and because I exist as this creative person. People are always asking me for makeup help, makeup tricks, makeup tips. They're always asking me, how do you get your eyeliner like that? What's your lip combo? How do you do all those tiny little designs? And I want to answer all of you guys' questions and have it in video format, so that when I meet you guys in real life and you're asking me all these questions, I can just point you to my YouTube channel, and I have a playlist with like all my makeup tutorials on it, so it'll help you guys out a lot. And I'm just happy to make this upgrade. I have been vlogging a lot. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of the footage. I'm not sure if I even like everything that I've been recording, but I've just been working hard behind the scenes to, 1, create good content, 2, work on my hooks, 3, work on like my B-roll footage and make sure that it's like good quality audio, good quality visuals, and things that you guys actually want to see and everything, and like showing myself like actually doing things, because sometimes I make art vlogs and I'm like, dang, I did not create any art in this vlog, let me do a last little sketch. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of my sketches in Procreate. I'm going to show you guys some of my sketches traditionally. I also want to make some ornaments and stuff. So for this launch, what I would like to happen is I want die cut stickers. If my silhouette portrait operates smoothly with little to no hiccups, I want to do sticker sheets. I want to do magnets. I have both vinyl and glossy, so that's 2 different things. I also want to make magnetic bookmarks. I want to make Creepmas themed thank you cards to kind of like go with the theme of the season, so that it just feeds into the whole packaging. I don't think I have enough time between now and next week to add on some stationery in terms of like sticky notes, notepads, calendar sheets. Maybe that's something I can work on introducing that to kind of tie into everything. But as of for now, I just want to keep things kind of simple and everything. I'm just wanting to branch out of just plain stickers and like wanting to do more things. Oh, I also want to do bookmarks. So that's like 8 things. I feel like the thank you card doesn't count, so 7 new things. I already have a lot of different designs that I've been working on, but I'm also going to be incorporating some of my Halloween stuff into this launch, repurposing my art into this whole launch, and adding different elements that are more wintry themed. I'm definitely looking forward to incorporating snow and snowflakes and like all the fun holiday activities that I can possibly get my hands on. My goal is to have everything launched and ready, listed for you guys on my Etsy shop on Wednesday night, because I know that, you know, during Thanksgiving, people are going to be spending time with their families. And then as soon as you get done eating and celebrating, you're going to be like hunting down for Black Friday deals. And then Saturday is Small Business Saturday. And then there's Cyber Monday. And you guys are going to be looking for those deals. And I know that a lot of you guys prefer to support small businesses. And you want some cool, interesting, fun art to add into your life. So that is my goal. That is the plan. And also, I want to create at least one makeup tutorial a week, preferably more, but at least one, because I need time to do other things. This look took hours, and it's so cold and so dark, and I wasn't able to do anything else today. Like, I wasn't able to run errands that I wanted to run and take you along the journey for. So this is today's look. I have my highlighter, I have my candy canes. So because I've been working on my Christmas collection, this look is actually inspired by one of the goth gingerbread houses that I've added to my Pinterest. I will link my Pinterest below if you guys want that Pinterest. But here it is. Here, I'm going to insert a picture of it so you guys can see. And I do look forward to doing more fun makeup looks. I look forward to doing more fun art. I look forward to doing more launches. I missed out on so many launches this year because of the printer issue I was having and all the issues that I was having in terms of like getting it fixed, where to go get it fixed, getting the parts. And then it turned out that it was actually cheaper and easier for me to just buy a whole new printer. So I'm looking forward to adding as many things to my launch as I possibly can, and also doing more launches more frequently because I'm an excuse. I have my printer, I have my ink, I have my silhouettes. Hopefully it cooperates so that I can do kiss cut sticker sheets as well I could, so I don't have to cut everything out by hand, especially because I have magnetic paper. As for my bookmarks, I have a guillotine that kind of cuts like this instead of this, so I'll be using that to cut my bookmarks because they're rectangular, so it's not like any intricate shapes or anything. So that is the goal, and that is where I am so far in this journey, and I'm going to add on some like B-rolls of me doing other things. Bookmarks that I printed. They're not from this current launch. This is actually from a spring launch that I didn't get to print out. So you guys are going to get a few extras with this launch. So these are the spring ones. These are fine. But instead of it being another set of the spring ones, it's these. So this side looks like this, and then this side looks like this. And I'm like, I can't decide which side to cut and make into a B grade. Like, do I cut this side and have 4 bookmarks and still have something in the back for the most part because these are so big? Or do I cut these because these like match my current launch or my most recent launch? So before I go for the night, I just wanted to point out a mistake that I made. So I was trying out my new glossy cardstock paper. It's like a photo paper, but it's thicker and it's like double-sided gloss. And what happened was, well, first of all, I forgot to remove the background so you could see the white here and not just the white of the paper. I didn't make that mistake again on the other side. And the second mistake I made was I meant to print this thing twice and have it be double-sided, but instead I had some printer issues and ended up printing out a different design with different measurements. And then this is it. So I'm like, dang, which one do I cut? Which one do I save to have as as like a B grade? Because these are wide as hell. Like, look at my hands compared to how wide these are, and only 3 of them fit on the page versus these where 4 fit on the page. I feel like this measurement works better because I can fit more designs. The only reason why I made things this way is because I was initially going to outsource my bookmarks to a manufacturer, and these are the measurements that the manufacturer needs to have, like that extra bleed room, the margins, because they usually cut it like here and here. Like they don't use the full space. So that is like my first mistake that I made. But luckily for me, I only printed 1 page, so I didn't waste a lot of ink and I didn't waste a lot of paper. This is just, you know, my first mishap since getting everything sorted. took a different route. I decided to take the bus from the hospital instead of taking the train back like how I got there. And while I know that the bus that I took comes around my area and I'm able to walk from that area, it didn't go the path that I thought it was gonna go. Maybe I haven't taken it in a while. Maybe I forgot what stop I was supposed to get at. But I ended up all the way at the end of the line, which is just a couple of blocks from my house. But it is cold and dark. I'm tired. I didn't flip me about it. So I just kept walking around. I was like, well, I recognize the streets. I know the area that I'm in. I'm just gonna walk around until I can find a little cafe. I can sit down and I can order myself an Uber. Because it's probably gonna be like $5 because it's like a 5-10 minute drive away. So I find a little cafe called Ridman's Cafe. I pass this all the time when I'm out and about in the neighborhood. I've never been there because there's other cafes that are closer to me, so it doesn't make sense for me to go all the way over yonder. So I found Ridman's Cafe. Ridman's Cafe. And they have this latte called cardamom maple latte, I think. And I got it with some coconut milk. And this is so cool. Like, I never heard of a cardamom maple latte. So I got it in a 16 ounce. I've drank like maybe this much of it, and this is how it looks. I did manage to get some footage in there. I fully intended to sit there and enjoy this when it was fresh and hot. But after a few sips of this, the guy that was like the main person taking the cash and making the drinks, it was only one person working there. So the guy that was working there was like, hey guys, I'm about to close in like 5 minutes. So I just ordered an Uber. That was the whole purpose of me going there, which is to buy something, sit down for a minute, get out of the damn cold, and order an Uber home. So that's what I ended up doing. I got this cardamom maple latte. When I was at the gynecologist, she didn't do the exam that I thought she was going to do, which is great because I didn't want to do that either. But she did order me some labs because I told her about some issues I was having. And she was like, yeah, we're going to get you some labs. And ultrasound, you can get it now or you can get it later. So I was like, well, I'm already at the hospital, so let me go ahead and get it now. I forgot to stop the radiation for some lotion. That's on me. I should have just made an alarm or something on my phone, but yeah. I was like, I figure since I'm already at the hospital, I'll just get it now instead of trying to worry about it later. Because I know that other doctors are going to place orders for things, and I'd rather just get it as it goes. So, yeah. Insert a montage of me trying to cut and take pictures of everything. I might have to move this launch from today to Friday just to try and get some daylight. It's been super dark lately. I haven't been getting good natural light to take pictures in, but I'm hoping that because I have a better camera and I have all these different lights and stuff, that I'll be able to take some decent pictures and edit them and make them look nice compared to my other pictures. So I'm looking forward to that. So it is currently like 3:30 on Wednesday, November 20th, and I'm supposed to be doing my launch today at midnight. I'm gonna cut as many stickers and as many magnets as I possibly can and take as many pictures as I can and list what I have despite all the technical difficulties that has been going on. So one, the silhouette program was not registering the registration marks. Like, first of all, I had to figure out how to get the outline and everything properly, and then it kept messing up the outlines. Like, there was red where it wasn't supposed to be red at. If you know, you know. I'm sorry if you're not somebody that is familiar with silhouette and Cricut technology and sticker cutting and you don't understand what that means. But basically, it just means that the cut lines on the computer were not what I wanted it to be. And it was going to cut in places that wasn't necessary to cut, and it would have messed up the whole design. And I just wanted the cut lines to be on the outside, not anywhere on the inside. So, yeah. There is construction outside of my apartment. It started today at around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I just got home, it's like 3:30, and it's still going. It's not as loud as it was before, and I am a little bit further away than where the noise initially is, so there might be a little bit of a buffer, but still, if you hear like some banging, some scratching, and stuff going on, that is outside. That don't have nothing to do with what I'm doing in here. I'm the only one home besides dogs. So that's what's happening if you can hear that in the background. So yeah, had problems with the silhouette, not registering the cut marks, and making everything faded compared to my iPad. Like, how come if I print things from the iPad, it's nice and vibrant, but if I print things from the computer using the silhouette to get the registration marks, then it prints out faded. I don't know, the math wasn't mathing, and it was getting on my nerves. So there's that. I had a doctor's appointment today. I did not know what doctor I was seeing today. I was like, I just know I got a doctor's appointment. It's in my chart. I got a text and email reminders telling me the time and place to be. So I go to the doctor's appointment. On my way there, I was like, I should probably see what type of doctor I'm seeing today. It was a gynecologist. I was like, oh shit, I would have known that I was coming to see the gynecologist, and I would have worn something different. You know, I got on some pants. I like to wear like a thick velvety skirt when I go to the gynecologist, especially when it's cold outside, because it be cold in the rooms, and I don't like being up there in them stirrups and cold, and they don't warm up the stirrups. They don't have the warmer forwards at the hospital that I go to, and I knew I was gonna be so annoyed. But luckily for me, my doctor, she's great. I like her. First of all, she's gentle. Second of all, I'm so glad that they stopped sending me to the men. I told them last year to do not schedule me for another gynecologist appointment unless it's going to be with a female doctor, okay? Female doctor. Don't send me to no man. Because them white men was getting on my damn nerves. Like, one man, they just didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And it's like, didn't you go to medical school to study this specific body part? How come you don't know anything? Every time I ask you a fucking question, it's always a, I don't know. Well, I never heard of that. Well, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but I've never heard of anything like this in my studies. You wouldn't have to study the shit to learn the shit if you had the shit in the first goddamn place. Anyway, so I have a female doctor now. She's great, and she's like, I actually don't think that you need to get a pelvic exam today, because I already put in the system that I want you to get an ultrasound. Instead, we can do the exam and the ultrasound if you want to, but I'm going to get more clearer results with the ultrasound than I ever will with the pelvic exam. And I'm so glad that she said that, because I'm so sick of these damn pelvic exams. I have to get one every 6 months. A pap smear every 6 months for the past 3 years. And the whole purpose that they told me of getting this exam is to check for cancers, because I tested positive for the BRCA gene, and that means that I'm more likely to get ovarian cancer, fallopian cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, in addition to being more susceptible to breast cancer, which I already had. So the whole purpose of these exams is supposed to be to keep an eye out to make sure that I don't develop any cancer in my reproductive regions, right? But the pelvic exams don't even test for cancer. They just tell you whether or not your test comes out as either normal or abnormal. Mine's always come out as abnormal. And anytime I ask what the hell that means, they're just like, it's normal, don't worry about it. Then what was the reason?
What was the reason? I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch? If it's nothing to worry about, then what was the reason? Especially in the wintertime, absolutely not. I don't enjoy the ultrasounds because it's one thing to have the jelly on your stomach, but if it's another thing when they stick the camera up your cervix. Like, why can't you see everything with the other one? Oh my gosh, they be getting on my nerves, but yeah. So there's that. I had this printer for less than a week and it's already getting on my last damn nerves. I printed out so many sheets within the past few days, literally printing all day, every day for the past 3 days. Bookmarks, stickers, matte magnets, glossy magnets, snowflake stickers, glossy stickers. And like over half of them, as I'm getting ready to cut things after already not being able to use my silhouette machine and having to hand cut everything, I'm noticing there's these little lines that happens when the printer is like running out of ink or when you need to clean the ink pad or whatever. So I check my ink levels. The ink is fine. I just put it in there. I've only had this printer for like a week. I keep running test after test after test and cleaning the ink pads and doing the maintenance. And this printer is like taking the paper in, chewing it up, and it's getting stuck. So I gotta pull the printer apart and go in there and pull the paper out. And then the paper is ripping as I'm trying to pull it out and I'm trying to get every single last piece. And I finally get everything out of there and I'm running test after test after test and it's still chewing up the paper. It's still causing paper jams. It's still smearing ink all over the paper. It's still not printing out all of the colors. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? And it's like all this stuff has been happening within the last few days leading up to my big launch. And so I'm not going to be able to launch everything that I wanted to. And I know that I can sell the other ones as B grades as far as the ones with the printer lines on them. But because I had to cut everything by hand, I'm not even going to bother cutting that right now, to be honest. I'm just looking at it. If it has printer lines on it, I'm putting it off to the side for later. And I'm prioritizing the things that came out good. And then I'll go back and cut and label everything. I'll put a B at the back for B grade so I don't have to look closely at it to try and figure out what's good and what's not. And then after that, I don't know, like maybe I gotta return this printer back to Amazon. It's still within the 30-day return window. I also paid extra to have a 2-year warranty. So any issues that I have with this printer within the next 2 years, they could either fix it for free or they could just send me a new one. And at this point, it's like, this is my second eco tank. Now, the first time my eco tank crapped out on me, that was my fault. I used cheap ink trying to save money. I thought it was like any other printer whereby name brand ink is overrated. And I could just buy the cheap one instead. It ruined the ink pad and it was a huge pain in the butt. And then I finally got a new one. And now this is acting up and that is not my fault. The printer is supposed to print things. That is the purpose of a damn printer. That is the main function. Like, yes, it can scan and it connects to the Wi-Fi and it's wireless and I can fill in the ink and I can see the ink levels as go low and fill it in and all the other stuff is great. But the main function of a damn printer is to print. So the printer shouldn't be messing up for me printing things. I should be able to print things on the regular and not have to worry about all these issues. That's what's going on, with me, and why I've been having such a hard time with this launch and why it's been so stressful. It's getting on my nerves. But yeah, I'm home now.